It's one small step for man.
Welcome there.
One giant leap for mankind.
What's up, man? It's lit.
UFOs are real.
Holy shit.
We back.
We are back. Season 2,
We're back.
episode 1.
Band is back together again.
The welcome back
We are back.
episode.
We're back.
What's up, everybody? I'm Justin, in case you forgot. Co-hostess with the mostest, Dustin Hire, and our fabulous producer, Tomás. What's up, fam?
What's up, everybody?
Oh, guys.
Holy
good to be
smokes.
back.
Not only are we back, but we're in the same room
That's the first.
for the first time.
Well, for the first time in
Oh, I
this
thought you were
episode,
trying to
let's
touch my finger.
Let's touch fingers.
I don't know what that was, but I'm going to go with
phone
it.
home.
I made it weird.
We phoned
That
someone's
wasn't
home
weird.
on that.
I'm slightly aroused.
So not only are we back for season 2, but we all kind of went out of our way to get in the same room to do this in person, because we started this in 2020 during a pandemic, whereas most people stuck at home with like, what else are we gonna do with our time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Needless to say, that silly adventure that I'm going to give Dustin credit for, because I said, hey,
sure.
we should do a podcast. What should we do it about? Self-help and exercise? And Dustin was like, nah, how about aliens and UFOs, bro?
We probably should have done self-help and exercise, maybe be in a little
No
bit better
way.
shape at this point. But
You do have a Peloton. Don't discourage.
but that's
can
not
see the
because of our
Peloton.
podcast.
Follow him on Brant Hire, clocksmiles.com. I don't know.
No, but seriously though, when was the last time the three of us were in the same room together? Like we haven't done the podcast
High school.
in the same room together. But
High school, 20 years
was it
ago.
high school? No, it wasn't
No,
high school.
no, it wasn't high school.
It was 20 years ago.
I
though.
think it
Fuck.
was. Don't tell the people that. Don't tell. The
You
people.
said it first, bro.
I didn't. No,
It's coming up this year.
Come on, don't look. I got the boyish charm still. I got the good looks. No, I think
Sure.
it was Tomás was in town when we were shooting a film, 2015-ish.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. We weren't shooting. We were done. We were in post-production.
We were in
Tomás was actually in
post-production.
town working with another producer. You were writing music. Yeah, I think you're in like
Yeah, I was working on
singer-songwriter
music.
sessions.
Yeah, I was working on music.
And
Wh-
Tomás came
needless-
over and laid down
hey,
some music.
wait,
You know
I
what's
did some
funny
music
though?
for it.
You
Yeah.
want to know what's serendipitous about that though? That was in 2015, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
said we wanted to do this in 2020, just so people know we were not like crazy alien nuts. But what was that film about? That
Huh?
we
Oh,
were
that's a
shit.
good point.
Yeah.
That's a
shooting?
great point.
It was called.
I didn't even think about
It was
that.
called Reminiscent, and
Yeah.
it had an alien sci-fi undertone, didn't it?
Yeah, it was about an
Yeah.
army ranger and his family, and he was stuck in this
Like Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay of the mind. And as he started on finding these clues around the world, his world started unraveling around him at a very to give away the ending. I mean, it has an alien twist to it.
I don't think anybody's gonna.
Yeah,
ever
no one's gonna watch that movie. We
so-
never distributed it. If you want to see it, reach out to us. We're still very proud of it.
Yeah, if we spoil
email it
it,
to you.
don't worry. I take my shirt off at some point in that movie.
Very
yeah.
hot.
You're what? You're welcome.
Oh, hello.
What's up, ladies?
As you can tell, we've upped the production value a little bit.
We
this
have.
That's
year.
right.
Speaking of which, a lot of things have changed. Not only are we in the same room, but speaking of being in the same room, what is going on in this room, Dustin? This
What are you talking about? This is just a room.
This is
my living room.
Yeah, in case the Nashville PD breaks down the door at any point looking for.
Not every room in the house looks like this.
No, that's right.
You know, not every room in the house looks like this. This was actually for a music video.
It was.
that we did for
it
them.
looks quite
Chains.
familiar.
That's
Tomás,
right.
tell us more.
So, Dustin was so kind enough to let us spray paint his living room
Yeah.
for a music video.
I still think I'm picking paint boogers out of my nose. By the way,
It was probably not the healthiest thing with the proper ventilation, but
that was a blast, man. We shot a
had
couple
fun.
music videos that weekend. But
That's what happens when you shoot music videos on a shoestring budget.
yeah.
but,
the thing is, I've kept it.
yeah.
I kept these walls up for
that
a
would,
minute.
to be fair, hey, look at right. That was over a year ago, okay? And if you want to know what it looked like over a year ago, this is what Dustin has been inviting company over. If you're
It's
swiping,
a vibe, bro. It's
if
a
you're
vibe.
swiping on him on Tinder and Bumble, here's what you have to look forward though. Speaking of the vibe,
It's different when I got furniture in here. We got stuff on the walls. I have some nice photos, some pictures.
it is. But here's the history.
decor. The rug ties the room together very nicely.
Okay, he can hide a murder scene as much as he wants, but let's take a look back and see how we got here because this scene, it does come with strings attached, ladies. So be careful what you wish for. Tomás, do we have a clip of what it looked like and how we got to this place?
We do. Should we roll it?
Let's roll it.
Them chains.
In my pockets, I cleared out my bank. I proceed with caution, but you cut that tape. I wear all my scars to show proof that I paid. There's nothing like love in the rain. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. There's nothing like love in the rain. There's nothing like love.
Nice.
Well, that was a fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun music video. Man.
So that is let's just throw a little selfless, shameless self-promotion in there. Tomás, that's your group.
That's one of my projects called Them Chains with my buddy Cole.
Yeah.
And
Check them out on Spotify.
Wherever you stream music.
Don't be too humble.
YouTube. A lot of our videos are shot by Dustin Hire. So
we need the love.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hey, you stop. That's click over to that still right there, though. That's some little movie magic.
That's right.
We got some headless. We've got, if you're listening in your car while you're driving, you're looking at two floating heads. They were beheaded in this music video by some kind of post-apocalyptic femme fatale. Is that what's going on there?
Zombie femme fatale, yeah.
So it has been 2 years. And I know a lot's gone on with the specific topic, but let's kind of pick up where we left off, which was,
sounds good.
If people are tuning in now, which thank you for, I know people have been reaching out on social media, Instagram and Twitter and mostly, wondering where have we been, what have we been up to. So if you were keeping score at home, 2 years ago we left you. We had Jeremy McGowan as our guest.
Yep.
And then he kind of introduced that we were going to go do a film project, right?
Yeah.
And we did go and actually execute on that film project. We spent several days out in Wyoming at Lou Elizondo's house, and we recorded tons of footage.
Don't just gloss over. We met Lou Elizondo, and if you're in the
Yes, we
space, you know who Lou Elizondo is. And we just didn't meet Lou Elizondo.
No, we hung out and
we
got cozy.
Yeah, we broke bread with him and his wife, had some wine.
I think I gave him a hug at one time. Ooh. He must work out. I'm pretty sure he works out.
It was a great time, but what came of that was a project that we were pitching for a little bit to some.
It floated around. I
Yeah.
mean, we got to meet, I guess if we're in the spirit of name dropping, we got to meet James Fox, which was pretty cool over virtual and some folks. And we got to meet someone who used to be the former head of HBO distribution or something like that.
Name drop. That's a big name.
I'm not saying his name.
It's not TV. It's not.
I'm just saying his title.
That's not TV. It's HBO.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, we had a good run with it, and it's still in play. Let's just say
We're reworking it.
But what I wanted to do, if we could, since I didn't want people to think that we just disappeared for 2 years and have nothing to show for that.
Absolutely.
So if we could, we're gonna roll the play, and if you're listening, just tune in and listen and enjoy Tomás's lovely ear candy magic. But I'm also gonna plug our YouTube channel because we're gonna put this up on YouTube. It's a 2-minute clip here. And Dustin's cinematography is amazing.
Thank you very much.
It's been somewhat in circulation on a few social channels, whatever, but this is the first time, this is an exclusive first time that we've shown it on our programs. With everyone's good graces and blessings and all that stuff. So without ado, go to our YouTube channel or tune in here and turn it up and listen to the anomalous sizzle reel for what we were putting together, and hopefully we'll continue in the future. Thanks, Tomás.
How do Edith and your kids feel about this?
My youngest, Cameron, she's bound and determined to become a astronaut and go to Mars.
My oldest, Caitlin, she's got this little board in her room that she puts these letters on. For the last year and a half, it says, kick ass, go to space, and represent the human race. I want to talk to Luis Elizondo.
Yes.
I want to find out what he can share with us,
Well, the prodigal sons have returned.
I think where you and I are going to have to find a middle ground is somewhere between my want to go hug the phenomenon and your want to throw stones at it.
That all sounds fine and dandy, but let me ask you the question. What happens if it decides to poke back? That is one hell of a machine you got there.
We have integrated a sensor stack that incorporates the ideas of artificial intelligence and machine learning. This is a fisheye camera that has a 180-degree field of view. If there's anything in the air, this camera is going to pick it up. The sensor stack incorporates the artificial intelligence and the machine learning. The artificial intelligence is going to know this is not normal.
We have recorded these things behaving in a way that is simply remarkable, defies our understanding of physics and aerodynamics. There is a ranch, there's a location.
This is not Skinwalker.
This is not Skinwalker. You know, let's go ahead and see what you can collect. I know that I'm eager as hell to get my teeth into some data. I know there's a lot of people who are too. And so what I'd like to offer you guys is an opportunity to go and retrieve some alleged material that has been recovered from some of the most interesting events that we now know were real, i.e. Rendlesham. There may be multiple hotspots, multiple locations. You don't know what you've asked for. Time will tell if you thank me or curse me.
Mysterious.
That was fun, man.
Give me some
That
chills. Brings back some memories.
That was an experience, dude. That was a straight up experience. And if you're just listening on this podcast, go to our YouTube. You could, watch it. Check it out.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Also, just want to take this second to thank Lou.
Absolutely.
Sean Cahill, Jeremy McGowan, and Jake Mann, as you said.
Miss those guys.
Thank you guys for showing up on camera, participating, and like you said, allowing three kind of random dudes from California that have some technical prowess and some ability and are interested in the topic. And you guys took a shot on us.
Yeah.
A leap of faith, if you will. And I think we delivered and everyone was pretty happy with that. And like I said, it still has some legs under it. It might look and feel a little bit different in the future versions, but nonetheless, I just wanted to say thank you to those guys.
Absolutely.
For giving us that opportunity, because it definitely kind of, I don't know about you, Dustin, but it sent me in a different trajectory. I think
opened some eyes.
From season one, being kind of naive to this whole topic. Definitely having some very frank off the record conversations around the dinner table with Lou. Lou makes a heck of a what did we have, bratwurst and peppers, and he's a good cook. Oh, by the way, here's a fantastic cook. Here's a fun fact that nobody else. So a lot of people have met and interviewed Lou. All right, give me the camera here, right, Tomás? Look me in the eyes, okay? You might have interviewed Lou. But have you helped the man remodel his kitchen? Because I have.
He was in the middle of it.
I helped him remodel his kitchen.
About that man.
I turned off his water and I helped him replace his countertops. Okay? Happy wife, happy life, they say. I did that for you, Lou. Return my phone calls. We want an interview. And the next time you're chopping up brats and entertaining guests, you remember who helped you put that there, buddy. All right?
That sounds fair to me.
We're brat buddies in arms. Brat buddies in arms.
I knew you were going there.
Okay.
Brat buddies.
You did. You read my mind.
That's a nice ring to it.
That's why you're our TD, baby. I love you. All right. So that happened.
That's where we left off.
That's where we left off.
Yeah. Have you been in this topic since? Have you kept up to date?
I've been on the peripherals.
Okay.
I've been on the peripherals, so I'm not gonna lie. Lots changed with me. I mean, so it's not like we just went MIA. We've been busy the last 2 years. So I moved to a different state. I changed day jobs because surprisingly to nobody, doing UFO podcasts does not pay the bills. So we got to do other stuff. Yeah. So we did that. And we're just in a different place where we're feeling comfortable about moving forward. But you've been pretty busy yourself, haven't you there, big boy?
No, absolutely. I mean, as a filmmaker, I got to keep it going.
Of course you do.
What have I been doing? Since then, it's been 2 whole years.
We shot some films. We did some stuff.
Films, corporate work, music videos. feature film.
If I remember correctly, there was kind of you kind of did some space related work in a music video that I saw recently from you, right?
Recently, there's been a couple space related.
I
think I know who you're talking about. I think you want me to continue to name drop.
I'm thinking of one in particular, and if we don't necessarily have to name drop, but you did shoot a series
around it.
You shot a series of music videos for a certain well-known artist.
Them Chains?
Them Chains is one
Them
of
Chains, baby.
He's not quite as big as Them Chains. He's not as big. But you did shoot some music videos.
Did, yes.
You know what I think we do? I think we roll the clip before we say the name, and then we come on the other side, and then we we just get people's reactions. It's no big deal. It's like a smooth, like R&B jazz type of video or something.
Very
Not at
mellow.
Not at all.
It's super mellow.
Absolute.
It was like
Light
it was
some
like
incense.
reggaeton.
No.
Reggaeton, yeah.
No.
Reggaeton from the
Soul
Dominican
to-
Republic or something. I don't know. All right,
We'll just
Tomás,
see.
do you have
Let's
that queued up?
Yeah, those were
Let's see what Dustin shot in the Dominican Republic smooth jazz reggaeton music
No
video.
one's gonna-
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live. Oh, I'm gonna soar like an eagle. My wings will carry me away. I got the heart of a lion, and I get stronger every day.
Okay. Shit. All right. So, now not what I expected.
Yeah,
Question for
that's
you.
Kid Rock. That's not Jamaican
How
reggae.
did NASA actually put together a middle finger rocket for you guys to shoot? Or how
They did. It was
how
a
did that
very
come about?
expensive music video.
It seems like
extremely
you had like
expensive.
defense contracting budget for
private
that.
budget. Yeah, all the above. I think Elon was involved.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's a reusable rocket.
I heard
That's
a
reusable rocket.
Is it? I heard Elon is a
Okay, I got two right here for you. I got two right here for you.
Excuse me, sir. Well, I never. I heard Elon is a big Kid Rock fan.
Is he? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So when I watched that video, I think, wow. First of all, great work. That's fun.
Thank you.
That looks like
yeah,
fun.
it was a really good time.
Let's get a little BTS. Never gets old.
Perfect.
I'm thinking you're hanging out with Kid Rock.
Yeah.
You're doing cocaine. You got strippers.
Nope.
You're on private
Nope.
planes.
Nope.
You're going to
oh,
Mars.
actually, yeah, I did go on a private plane.
It's sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's
lot of rock and roll.
absolute
A lot of rock and
mayhem.
roll.
You're hanging out with Kid Rock. Give us the down and
rock and
dirty.
roll.
What are you doing with Kid? What are you doing with Mr. Richie, Mr. Rock?
Bob Ritchie. I call him Bob. He's Bob to me.
Bob.
He's Bob. Mr. Kid.
What are you doing with Bob?
It was a good time, man. I mean, we did 4 music videos with the guy. I got to travel with him on his private plane to Reno, Nevada.
Shit gets crazy in Reno, doesn't it? It's the biggest little
city
city on earth.
Expect. I really did expect cocaine, strippers,
Yes.
rock and roll,
Yes.
all the above.
Tell me more. Tell me
dude-
more.
The dude is a straight professional. He even drank until the 2 shows were over.
Uh-huh.
And in between the 2 shows,
And then it got crazy.
I went antiquing with him.
You say what?
Saturday morning before his show in Nevada, I went antiquing with Kid Rock. I think it's a better story than doing cocaine and strippers with Kid Rock on a private jet. That's what I expected. That's not what I got.
No,
I got the Grandpa Rock.
You went Golden Girls like antiquing with Kid Rock.
And it was a blast. I loved it. He actually bought me a couple things.
Like Kid Rock is like Betty White, like Blanche.
Yeah.
No, I think
No.
Betty White was Rose. Rose from Golden Girls.
Betty White was not
Don't look
Blanche.
at me for the Golden
I think
Girls
she was
facts.
Rose.
She was Rose.
not Blanche.
She was Rose for sure.
I like Blanche.
My kids have like a good night, like Golden Girls book that like my 3-year-old loves to read at night. Someone got it for Christmas. I'm pretty well versed in Golden Girls.
He's joking.
It's like that's what gets you. Golden Girls
Then you
gets
should
you.
know
Not
your-
Kid Rock, strippers, and cocaine, but Golden Girls.
There was no strippers and cocaine.
That's the kind of family-friendly podcast we're putting out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you went antiquing. What'd you get? Show us what you got.
I did. I was not prepared at all for this, but he actually got.
Well, just had that lying around, didn't we?
There was a little spot meter, a little
Ooh.
antique spot meter.
All right,
'cause,
let's
I'm
see
a
what
cinematographer.
What does that do, Scorsese? Tell me, fill me in. Fill me in. What does that do?
It spots in your exposure for your lighting and your framing of your camera. As a director, and to communicate between your camera and lighting department.
All right.
An 8
fell
millimeter
asleep.
camera. Fucking crown. It still works. Listen to this bad boy.
Take. Oh, okay. Watch out,
I think
ladies.
I think I broke it.
That's how many Tinder profile pics have you taken?
Yeah,
with
was
those
that
yet?
an 8 millimeter selfie you just put on right now? What was that? All right. So, I'm gonna segue us back.
Yeah,
to
we gotta segue back out of
UAPs.
Let's get back.
UFOs, UAPs. There's actually been a lot of development in the topic. There's been several reports.
Yep.
One came out in 2021 that kind of tickled everyone's fancy, and then one just came out like last week. One came out last week.
Yeah.
Which I think we're gonna do a deeper dive on.
I
Is
think
that
we're
what you're
gonna-
planning over there,
Not
Captain?
just a deep dive.
Captain Research.
Not just a deep dive. We're gonna read every single word on that report, break it down for you. This is going to be our next episode. There's not a lot to it, but
No, it's not a very long report,
Yeah.
but it's usually people's takes on what's going on, and not that we're like experts by any means. I'm not sure anyone could really be an expert in this
we can
field.
decipher
but
what the words mean.
we're smarter than your average bear, I guess. So we'll take a look at it, and we'll let you know what we think. I would like to take a deeper dive into like consciousness. The
Yeah,
idea
absolutely.
of that's been going around. I've heard a few few interviews going around from Robert Bigelow. I've heard Travis Taylor talking about stuff around the hitchhiker phenomenon. I'm super interested in.
Absolutely.
I am currently reading a bunch of books. We're reading about a lot of stuff from Jacques Vallée. There's a lot of current events around his recent book Trinity. That there was a crash in 1945 that Joe Biden, in the most recent budget for Congress that Congress passed in the defense spending bill, he's forcing people to go take a look back at this 1945 crash that otherwise they wouldn't be doing if it wasn't for Jacques Vallée writing this book.
2 years before Roswell? That's kind of
2 years before 1945. Roswell was in 1947. So pretty cool.
It's a little drama.
But imagine if we went out and investigated some stuff, wrote a book about it, and all of a sudden the president was like, yo, these guys are onto something.
Right.
I'm going to throw some government cash at it, some taxpayer dough, and
I'm all for it.
let's go investigate some
for it.
stuff. And then we're in the New York Times and such and such. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's worth a deep dive, don't you think, buddy?
Absolutely. But do you think they're going to give us anything? Because the
I don't
European
ever think-
report
I
don't give
personally-
a shit.
I don't personally think that
At least they're trying. At least they're trying. This is more than
Look,
we could ask.
when it
for
comes to this
for the last
topic,
couple of years.
when
You
it-
know what I mean?
When it comes to this topic, my personal opinion, and nobody asked, but I'm going to give it anyway. My personal opinion is that I don't think that the government is necessarily where we're going to find answers. I think they may or may not have answers, but it's going to be parked behind. It's going to be out back in the shed, covered in red tape and bureaucratic secrecy. So if we really want answers, we're going to have to kind of do some citizen investigation type stuff.
But
And
I
I think
mean,
that's what we're heading towards.
That's what we're trying to do. But the public, for some reason or another, they just want to believe in the government. They think that that's where the proof comes from. They want the government to answer these questions.
Right.
But I mean, they've been answering these questions. We've have so many of these stories throughout time that is evidence of this happening. I mean, truth is in the fucking testimony.
Yes.
We have to believe in these people. If like you've said in season 1, if we can convict someone of murder off of someone's testimony, why can't we believe them because they had this experience?
I did say that, and that's a great way to throw my own words back at me. You sly son of a gun. I do agree.
Yeah.
I do agree that if we're going to hold testimony valid in one aspect of our lives, that we can't pick and choose. We can't really pick and choose when we trust someone's eyewitness testimony and when we don't. I think that's not fair. But what I will say is that I think there is a lot of evidence and a lot of interesting stuff going on. I will reserve the right to remain slightly skeptical. Again, I'm not
we have to. It's, especially getting more and more involved.
I'm not 100% 2 feet in.
As we have in this topic.
I'm interested. I'm cautiously optimistic, as they say.
The deeper I get into this shit is the more and more I get into it. It's, am I going fucking crazy or is this making more sense? And so you have to find the balance. You really have to take it all with a grain of salt.
I think that everybody comes to that crossroads at some point. And here's what I've heard people kind of say. So again, this is not me espousing anything original. This is me regurgitating some stuff. But when it comes to like quote unquote disclosure, disclosure, a lot of people would classify or define as like the government coming out and saying, hey, you know what, aliens are real, and you know they're parked behind the shed. Here's Zorgak. From
that's what the people want.
Pleiades system.
I want it.
Of course we do.
We're not going to get it.
I don't know if we're ever going to get that.
We're not going to get that.
But what I have heard from folks that we've, hung out with and talked to on and off the record, is that disclosure actually probably more realistically represents more of a personal, an individual journey, dare I say, without being too esoteric, is that you kind of study this stuff on your own. You read the books, you find the information, you kind of draw your own conclusions. Because if you're looking for someone to really come out and like give you hard, cold facts and like, hey, like, will we ever see this taught like in AP history in high school?
Fucking rad. I mean, I would take that immediately.
I'm not sure, right?
Maybe you're gonna be a professor one day in some college that's a little bit open-minded, and that's what I ask of all of you: is be open-minded. That's why I want to bring this podcast back, is because I continue to meet people that I get introduced like, oh, he's got an alien podcast, and some people are taken back by it. A lot of people don't know these things, but this stuff is real. It's not just, do you believe anymore? Yeah. This stuff is real. And I want to continue that conversation. And I want all of you to continue that conversation with your friends, with your family. It's continue to erase the stigma.
Yes. There's definitely still a stigma. I do think the veil is coming down because, as you've said, ever since we've taken a bold step and put ourselves out there,
a lot has changed.
I've had a lot of conversation after a few drinks or over dinner or something, but would anybody really put themselves out there? That remains to be seen.
Well, how did it feel to leave your job this last week to come to Nashville?
Yeah.
What'd you tell your coworkers?
I told them nothing.
You told them nothing? You didn't tell them, hey, I'm going to Nashville. No. Oh, what are you going to Nashville for? You going to go party some country music? Let's go.
Because there's still stigma.
So you're still holding back. This is what I don't want. I want you to be open about this.
I've been open with a select few people, but you got to understand that I've got kind of a high profile job. And
I know that's what sucks.
Unfortunately, we're working towards a solution and destigmatizing. Now, those people that work with me or for me or whatever that see this are, cats out of the bag. Surprise. What's up, guys? But I still think, like I said, I still remain slightly skeptical, and I still
as you should.
I am very much interested in what Look, we've talked a lot on my way here. We talked a lot about there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of like moving parts and a lot of people that are let's call them UFO celebrities, for lack of a better term. There's a lot of people out there that are pushing just data-driven science and analytical research. There's no room for entertainment. I'm really interested in this because of some of the entertainment value. I'm not trying to make light of the subject by any means, but I do think that there is a place for people like us that want to explore and investigate and do stuff. But if our communication medium is through documentary or docu-follow, film work, some sort of what quote unquote entertainment value, what's so wrong with that? And nothing. So that's what I'm interested in, is like, some people are into true crime. Some people are into baking shows. We just happen to be into like stuff about UFOs and crazy, like kind of what the heck's this life all about kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And Absolutely. So I hope that in our continued exploration, and I just wanted to touch on here one thing that I was kind of alluding to, is that we do want to continue to explore some more film work, right? That's part of that's part of this whole thing is we're not just jump starting this podcast to throw out bi-weekly episodes again for the foreseeable future, but we do have bigger goals, dreams, and aspirations with this topic. So if people are following along with us, it's not just a podcast, it's an adventure, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for this adventure to see where it takes us. And Anomalous was just the beginning, and we were going to rework the sizzle reel that we pitched. The sizzle reel, if you don't know, is an idea of a show that you pitch to networks, and that's what we presented in that clip that you guys just watched. And we're going to rework that to be a I Believe in Humans production, and we're very excited about it. We're going to really dive deep into this more than we have with just the podcast.
Yeah,
and we want to bring you guys along for the ride.
It's a multimedia effort.
Absolutely,
there will be some entertainment and production value at the end of the day,
not just 8mm.
Antiquing with Kid Rock will maybe be. Does Bob believe in UFOs and aliens?
Well, so the director, I should have name dropped him earlier, Blake Judd. He, I think, mentioned offhandedly about when I have my podcast because he's very into the topic.
Okay, thanks, Blake.
And it was kind of thrown on the side, so I didn't really, like you were mentioning earlier, you don't mention to the people you work with. I tiptoe around this topic.
Tomás.
I wait to know.
Get a little Mr.
I just dive face first into this conversation with just about anybody. I have to wait a little bit.
You pick and choose
a little bit
when you talk about your podcast and your hobbies and endeavors here. Okay.
So we would like to get to a place where you feel comfortable to discuss this with everyone, Dustin.
Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, we've got a lot of stuff on tap.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to be here for the weekend, and we're going to shoot some episodes. And
all day tomorrow, baby.
We're going to rock them out. We're going to rock them out.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring the high quality production value here, and we're going to flex our muscles in that regard. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys some more.
Likewise.
And I'm looking forward to having a kick-ass season 2 run.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking to see what kind of stones we can turn over, what kind of guests we can get here. I've already had some great conversations with some interesting people, let's say. So stay tuned. I've got a colorful cast of characters that I think will be stopping by at some point, let's say. So without further ado, you got anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask you all to engage with us. Let us know what you want to hear this season. I mean, we have this weekend planned and a couple episodes further down the line, but what do you guys want to hear? What interests you? What piques your interest? Because we will talk about it. The more you engage with us, the better, because we do this on our own dime. So we don't want to ask anything of you except for your interest. And so tell your friends about it. Tune in, subscribe, let us know in the comments, slide in those DMs. Justin's all over that Instagram.
Wow.
And
why'd that get weird all of a sudden?
I didn't mean to, because I said slide. I shouldn't have said slide, but I mean, he is a single man now.
Okay.
Ladies,
airing out the
line
dirty
up.
laundry. All right, let's go get
dirty.
It doesn't. I'm gonna go
But
get the
he kinda
coconut
wants it to
oil,
be.
coconut oil out of your bedroom closet, and we'll see how shiny we can polish.
Please
it,
engage
Dustin.
with us. Let us know what you guys want to hear, want to see, and we will oblige as best we can.
Yeah, and the best way to go about doing that, Tomás, is please go like and subscribe and check us out on the YouTube channel. Otherwise, this is all for nothing. because it's primarily a visual medium, filming this stuff. If you're listening, that's all right. Keep checking us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, anywhere you download your podcast. But like Dustin said, feel free to reach out and engage with us primarily on Instagram and Twitter is where we're monitoring. We do have a Facebook page. You're welcome to reach out there as well and connect with us. I love responding to people's comments and tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, and tell us what you think we could be better at. And we will always do our best to respond. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. That's all we got for the Welcome Back episode. We look forward to having a great weekend and kicking off the season with a bang, baby.
We back.
That's
and no
right.
matter what we do,
go.
Dustin, always remember, baby, it's okay to believe.
You're not alone.
UFOs are real.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
It's one small step for man,
Welcome to Earth.
one giant leap for mankind.
UFOs are real.